Hey everyone, TPS Miner here. Welcome back to the TPS Miner channel. So if you're a crypto miner, the last 5 or 6 weeks have probably been a little bit frustrating for you. I know they certainly have been for me. You know, we're in a new era of crypto mining right now. When Ethereum made the transition from proof of work to proof of stake back in September, it put us into a position where a lot of hash rate was looking for a new home. And we had talked about this leading up to the merge. We were going to need to see the remaining proof of work coins go through some price discovery and price elevation so that those coins would be able to absorb the hash rate that was coming off of Ethereum and allow miners to continue mining, hopefully at a minimum of at least break even. Well, unfortunately, this all happened in the bear market, and we've not seen that price discovery. We've not seen that price escalation that we needed. And unfortunately, as a result, a lot of us are crypto mining at a loss right now. So because of that, it's leading us down this path where we've decided to start coin hopping and trying to compensate for the fact that we're mining at a loss by trying to minimize our losses. So instead of sticking with the fundamentals, sticking with the projects that we support, we're trying to chase something that we as human beings are really never going to be able to catch. So I have the ergo hash rate highlighted here or brought up because I do want to show what I'm talking about. So on October 18th at 8:40, we were sitting at 69.02 terahash per second. Now, if you understand the fundamentals and the way that the ergo difficulty is calculated, you probably understand why this chart is unfolding the way it is. So at this point, the difficulty had dropped down very low, and we see this inrush of hash rate where people are trying to mine as quickly as possible and yield as much coin as possible before the difficulty adjusts. Well, once that difficulty adjusts, then all of that hash rate moves off of ergo and has to go somewhere else. Now, ergo is not the only one that's experiencing this. If we go over and look at what to mine, I made a video recently about the fact that I was solo mining Bitcoin Z. Well, we see an 18.4% drop in the hash rate in Bitcoin Z. If I was coin chasing, which I was, this would have been a trigger for me to take my farm, move everything to Bitcoin Z, configure all of my overclocks, and solo mine, and try and get as much yield as I possibly could. In the meantime, what I'm not accounting for is the fact that everyone else is seeing this. And anyone else that's mining Bitcoin Z or has the same thought process as I do is also doing the same thing. So by the time this website catches up and reflects the actual hash rate that's being seen by Bitcoin Z, it's probably too late. I've already missed my window. Now, if I'm on NiceHash and I've got something that's auto switching for me, maybe I can get ahead of this a little bit, but probably not, right? These things are all happening so quickly, and it's having a negative impact on our yield, or I believe it's having a negative impact on our yield. So I've made a few changes to what I'm doing, and I want to share those things with you, and hopefully this will help you to try and be more careful about what you're choosing, what you're doing, and what coins you're mining. Now, again, none of this is financial advice. This is just what I'm doing, but I want to share it with you and the logic behind it. So what I've done, I've stopped coin chasing. At this point, I've moved a significant amount of my farm over to Flux. And I'm doing this for one reason, and it's highlighted right here: future PA balance. Now, I realize that if we go up and look at the network hash rate on Flux, we're seeing these fluctuations, right? We're seeing a minimum all the way down at 6.74 megasols on the 23rd at 11:18 a.m. And we fast forward to the 24th at 3:42 a.m. and we're all the way up to 11.3 megasols. That's a huge swing in hash rate. And this would normally be a trigger for me to, hey, let me jump onto Flux for a little bit. And then I would see this spike and I would say, oh, there's something else. Let me go chase that other thing. And I'd be missing out on yield. So that yield is going to average out over time, right? So despite these massive fluctuations, these are my payouts over the past several days, or my yield over the past several days. And it's kind of averaged out, right? 4.3, 4.1, 4.16, 4.0. 4.6. So at the end of the day, I'm yielding essentially the same. And I don't see the benefit of switching or profit chasing because I'm building this future parallel asset balance. Now, Flux recently announced, I believe it's on the 30th, they're going to be doing another snapshot. So I want to yield as much Flux as I can, get that into my Zelcore wallet so that when they do the next snapshot, I've got as much Flux in that wallet as I can possibly get in there so that I can yield more from the next parallel asset payout. So again, that's my rationale behind Flux. Now, the other thing that I've done is I've moved my AMD cards all to Firo. Now, I made a video recently where I showed you how to set up staking on inodes with your Firo. So in that video, I talked about by mining on minerpool.org and using their loyalty program that I was able to reduce the fees on my inode staking by 3%. So again, that's one perk of mining Firo. But the other perk is this loyalty program, which I'll talk about in a minute. The third thing I want to highlight here is minerpool.org uses a payout called PPTS. So I went and did a little research. What is PPTS reward method? Well, PPTS means a pay per time frame shares. So this method is similar to PPLTS. Every round of 30 seconds, the pool calculates how much the miner earned during that 30-second round, basing on the miner's 24-hour average hash rate. After accumulating 20 rounds, so each 10 minutes, the time frame ends, the rewards are transferred to unpaid balance and are paid out when the miner reaches the payout threshold. This method protects the loyal users from hash rate spikes. So again, this is just one more thing that if we do some research, we find that minerpool.org appears to be the only mining pool out here that uses this method. So you couple the PPTS payout method with the loyalty program, and all of a sudden minerpool.org mining Firo provides you protection from those coin hopping circumstances. So let's just jump over and take a look at my minerpool account where I'm mining Firo. So I did have to shut off a card to that I am mining. My 1660 Super is mining Flux on the computer that I'm using to record this video. So, you know, my current and my average hash rates have dropped a little bit, but you can see my 24-hour average is 69.4 mega hash. And that's being used for calculating my rewards based on this PPTS reward method. So if we see this surge of hash rate come in, if I'm a miner and I drop 200 mega hash, I'm not going to see the full benefit of that until I've been on this pool for 24 hours. Now, again, we talked about the loyalty program. Right now, it is on, and we're getting an extra 0.1 Firo per 10 mega hash per week. It's based on your uptime, so you need to have an uptime of at least 95%, and then you need to mine continually for the entire week. So again, this is rewarding those loyal miners who are staying put on minerpool.org, mining Firo, and you get rewarded by extra Firo. So if we look at the history, you can see I did get a loyalty payout on the 20th of October of 0.377 Firo. Now, the next time that I get a payout, it'll be based on my 7-day average, and because I added some additional cards, my 7-day average is going to slowly climb. So if I stay at the 69.4 mega hash 24-hour average, eventually that will become my 7-day average, and I'll be getting an additional 0.694 Firo per week as long as this loyalty program is on. So again, we're protecting ourselves from these coin hopping by mining on a pool that pays with a PPTS reward, and we're getting the loyalty payouts. So it's a win-win. And as I mentioned earlier, because I'm staking on inodes, I get a 3% reduction in my inode staking payout fees. So is this right for everyone? Maybe not. You know, I'm not discouraging people from doing what they want to do. If you want to chase profitability and coin hop, by all means, please do, right? You could find yourself in a position where you are really benefiting from doing it. I know myself personally, I was not, and I felt the pain because my yield was suffering because I was trying to chase what was the most profitable according to what to mine. So since I've gone into this more stable method of mining, you can see I'm getting consistent payouts, right? Every 12 hours now, I'm getting 0.1 Firo on this mining. Last 24 hours, 0.2. Last 48 hours. Now, again, I've just recently added in this additional hash rate, but you can see consistently 0.1 Firo per day. Now that I've added and doubled my hash rate, 0.2 Firo per day. Very consistent regardless of the surges in hash rate. So again, not financial advice, just wanted to share with you what I'm doing. If you learned anything from this video, if you liked what you saw here, please hit the like button. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell to be notified of future content. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.